Oh, a little waterfall effect there.
Yeah.
Wow, that was perfect. With your brother walking across, Luke, that was perfect. By the time Pat had ripped the tickets away, your brother just walked past. It was beautiful. It's like we planned it. It's like we planned it.
Definitely. I can't wait to move out in July or June. I don't know, man.
Say it louder. I don't think your parents heard you.
Oh, they already know. It's fine.
All right. Well, no, Mike, you go ahead.
I was going to say, tastefully for our thing today, if you didn't notice, Luke was holding up a picture of a book about Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson, and I was holding up a picture of me at the Jefferson Monument. Pat was holding up tickets to go see the Jefferson Monument. So, we were playing it all together. It was planned.
Yeah, definitely.
It was planned.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Pat, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, welcome to episode 5, 3 Old Friends. Here we are. We're going to do something, well, not really different. We're just 3 guys talking about stuff, but we're going to be talking about what our 5-year plans are.
Yeah.
Sound familiar to anybody? Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Pat.
Yeah. So before we get into 5 years from now, how about the here and now? Let's talk about how our weeks have been going. Let's start off with Luke. He has a big grin. He's ready to share.
Nah, I just feel some deja vu just from you saying those words. I just don't know why.
It could be anything.
Yeah. It was a good week. I was fairly predictive yesterday. I shipped my mic to Mike so that his audio will be better.
You're welcome, viewers.
Yeah.
Mic check.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did I do? I bought a new scale because I realized I was gonna move out at some point. So now I have a Fandangle $20 scale that's just sitting right there. So just tempting me about my weight. And besides that, isn't
Fandangle the movie thing?
Is it? Oh,
Fandango. They have the
Fandango
with the bag people, the paper bag people.
Yeah, not Fandango. Now you're getting me confused. But it's that new thingamabobber over there. That'll tempt me. Yeah, newfangled, new whatever the saying is. I don't know. Sayings aren't my strong point. But yeah, that's been my week. Just relaxing.
Speaking of that, I talked to my mom. She listened to episode 2 of our podcast with me, you and Dev.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, you have to listen to us on Spotify. We're doing really well on there. Our numbers are consistent and everything." She's like, "Spotify, isn't that the parking app?" I literally laughed at her for 30 minutes and then hung up because I literally couldn't say anything to her because I couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny.
Yeah. Well, she could also watch on anchor.fm/realfriends. That also counts to our numbers too. So
Yeah. But it's not a shameless plug. I'm just saying that it was something funny that had to do with sayings and how out of touch people can be. No offense, Luke.
What do you mean? I'm not out of touch whatsoever. Thank you very much.
Who knows? Maybe in 5 years you'll be perfectly in touch.
I feel like a boomer nowadays, not gonna lie.
So anyway, you bought a scale, Luke. You bought a mic. What else is going on in your week?
Let's see here. Anything else? Anything interesting? I don't know. I worked out today. That was fun. But besides that, I've just been chilling, relaxing, doing life, trying to get through the next 4 months so I can go work out or I can start law school. But yeah, good stuff.
Luke, I have a weird personal question.
Yeah.
Are you trying to gain weight or are you trying to lose weight?
I'm trying to
put on some muscle, or are you trying to lean up?
I'm trying to lean up first and then put on some muscle because I'm still in that stage of being slightly obese and that line between obese and overweight. So I'm trying to get back down to 170 and then start bulking up slightly. But the goal is Bruce Lee.
Ooh, that's a good goal.
Hi, Dad.
Here we go.
I'm recording.
The hazmat team coming in.
Appa, this is recording.
Just another reason to listen
on
to
the
us on
podcast
Spotify right here. Hi, Mr. Kim.
Appa, this is gonna be on the internet, right? Yes. You have to stay there for 40 minutes, or you could just walk back down now.
Be nice to him. He's just trying to be a good person.
Oh, don't worry. This is all gonna be edited out.
Oh man.
But,
Episode 5 2.0 is just going excellently so far.
oh, don't worry. At least we're catching all the audio now. You know.
True. Anyway, Mike,
Yeah.
let's move along, shall we?
My week, my week's been good. It was long. It was a long freaking week. I just had like a bunch of extra things, work and also personal. Just like, I did a training down in Colorado Springs, which is about a 3.5 hour drive from where I live. So I didn't want to do it all in one day. So I went down Sunday night, spent some time with my aunt and uncle, and then Monday did the training, and then drove back, but stopped in Denver and hung out with some friends. And so I didn't end up getting home until like 11 because it's a 2.5 hour drive from Denver. So I didn't really make it far before I stopped to hang out with friends. So yeah, that just set me up for a long week. A lot of extra meetings, a lot of extra things going on. So that was kind of exhausting. But it was a good week.
I love this.
We'll just ignore what's going
I
on.
love
behind
it so
Yeah,
much.
I can't edit this out
I
now.
love it.
Luke, in fact, did not edit this out.
Oh
Your
man.
week.
Oh man. This is the train wreck. I love this. Okay, my week has been relatively odd because I accepted a job as a mail carrier with the USPS.
Oh,
And
you're one of the men in blue.
I am. You know, you gotta love
Oh
a man in
my-
uniform. So
Anyways.
besides that, they basically said, "Hey, we're gonna do like your background check and everything. We'll get back to you." They've not got back to me. In the meantime, I have had a phone interview with the Department of Environmental Protection.
Uh-huh.
They also said they would get back to me. This was a week ago. They said they'd get back to me early this week. It's now past early this week, and I haven't heard anything. And on top of that, I got a voicemail last night when I got back home from a company that I don't even remember applying to. And it was like, hey, I'd love to talk to you about this position you applied for. So I called the guy back. It was like 8 o'clock at night. I had no idea what was going to happen. I didn't have my phone on me. And we just like chatted for a little bit. And he was like, yeah, come down to our office Thursday, whenever, and we'll interview you and see how you do. And I was like, wow, great. Thank you so much. So now I have potentially 3 jobs now. And I don't know what to do since I already formally accepted the other one. I don't know what the proper etiquette is to be like, yeah, I kind of want to do the environmental one if I get it. So I don't know what the gray line is there. So I'm going to have to buck up and be like, you know, as much as I want to be a man in uniform delivering to Elizabethtown, it may have to be put on the back burner for, you know, what I actually went to school for.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I think that last night we had some like bad meat of some kind because we all have like slight symptoms of food poisoning, which is why I look and sound unenthused and awful.
It's not because of any other reason, Pat? It's not because...
No, there are
okay.
just other reasons compounded on top of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a day. It just kind of feels like my brain is like in this fog and my body just feels like I haven't drank enough and I'm very dehydrated. And I hate that every time I talk about my week, everybody gets to hear about how bad shape I'm in physically. But other than that, I'm doing phenomenal. Last night was fantastic. Great news all around. Put my taxes in. Got a potential job interview. The guy on the phone seemed really chill. Liked him a lot.
Cool.
So I'm fingers crossed. This week is going to be pretty good. Feeling
Yeah.
it.
Is that company, the guy that you were talking to last night, is that an environmental job too, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's also a remediation kind of job, but it's more hands-on than the
Gotcha.
DEP job where you kind of go in and do site assessments and then
Okay.
recommend everything. You like go in and you assist them in all the steps necessary to cleaning up brownfield or Superfund sites. So,
Oh.
I guess for those of you who don't know what that is, they're like heavily contaminated sites with
Yeah.
pollutants that
Yep.
Where we've
companies are
jacked up the earth.
yeah, and the number of them just in like New Jersey alone is startling. So
Yeah.
enjoy that fact, Luke.
Oh, I've already known this. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm a poli sci major, so I hear about
when
this
you
stuff.
drive to my house, you know that like industrial park on the right, there's like a fenced off area with a big field. That's a site. It's like less than 400 meters from my house.
Yep. Yeah.
It's kind of disturbing. It was like shut down because it was a paint
Yeah. Yep.
manufacturing kind of thing, and they were just like dumping their nasty chemicals out the back. And apparently, a lot of people that grew up in the area got cancer and like died at a relatively young age because of it. So,
Hey.
fascinating field of work. Sounds incredibly dangerous. So,
Hey.
wish me luck. Yay.
Yeah. Don't get.
Pat, you would look great in those short shorts and a bucket hat and the blue, and the blue. You would be great. You'd be great as a USPS, United States Postal Service worker.
I think I would be phenomenal. That's
Yeah.
why I did the job, because I can't keep saying that everybody loves a man in uniform, but I really can't think of anything else funny to say. So everybody loves a man in uniform.
I mean, you'd still be wearing a uniform with the DEP, or I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure you might be, or it's like you'll be
Not
wearing
like a boarding school or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like you come in with like the little green cap and like a little thing that says DEP. You know, like Ghostbusters, except like the green uniforms. You know.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, you never know.
I hope you just know you put the other job that isn't the DEP a little bit higher on the list for me now.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, I think that's all I have about my week. I could keep droning on, but let's look towards the future, shall we? Ooh, how's that for a segue? All right, Luke.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh man, I think
it's such an affordable question. You know?
Yeah.
5 years.
This is the job interview, and I need you to wow me.
Man,
let's just do it that way. I try and hire you, and you need to sell yourself. No, that doesn't sound good. You need.
I mean, that is the phrase.
Sell me on you.
So I have to sell it myself to you.
That I'm not loving the phrasing, but yeah.
Hey, it's fine. I get it.
Okay.
Let's see here. 5 years from now, I'd be done with law school. I'd be working at a law firm. Hopefully in a relationship by that point. Fingers crossed. History-wise, that's not going to be happening anytime soon. I'd be chilling. I'd be working. Hopefully by that point, because I'd be what, 28, 29? So by that point,
right?
Yeah, no, I maybe hopefully publish a book by that point. Who knows? Pay off my student loans by that point, because as a lawyer, I'd be making bank if I worked as in the private practice rather than if I worked for the government. But we'll see. But yeah, for me, it's like that would be my general outlook. Just like what I envision myself doing if I was like only looking at looking at from like a more general, like a more like, oh, this is what I'm gonna this is the path that I'll probably take. In terms of a more like idealized perspective, I think I'd still be doing the same thing. Definitely pay off my loans by that point. And publish like a popular book. Maybe I don't know. For me, it's like diversifying my income, doing the stuff I love. So it'd be like writing a book, working in law, maybe like opening up like a small business on the side, all that sort of stuff. I'd be financially stable. I guess that's the dream, being financially stable and being able to do whatever I want. So,
do you write in the romance category?
No, but I think the book that I'd write would have some romance in it, but also it'd be more like world building fantasy sort of thing, which is what I'm slowly chiseling away at. You know.
So it's kind of like The Life of Pi.
No, it's nothing like the Life of Pi isn't fantasy. That is a nonfiction book. It isn't. I'm making a joke. Because in the book he actually, well, I'm not gonna spoil what's gonna happen in the book, so we're just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Write something popular. It'd be cool.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
I'd buy your book, Luke. For as much crap as I give you, I'd buy your book.
Thanks.
Needs more romance. Wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, you'd be like one of those guys who posts on Goodreads, gives it like a 1 star, be like, oh, needs more romance, and be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You haven't written the book yet. Critique my stuff after you come back, after you write one.
That's a challenge. I guess we're all going to be writers of romance novels to see who does the best.
Who's the next Twilight?
Our viewers should know that Luke is actually currently working on a book, so it's not like this is something he wants to just start out of the blue. He's been actually working on this for a while.
Yeah, I've been writing and rewriting chapter 1 for the past year. It's been great. It's definitely not like mind-inducingly annoying, because like when you're writing a book, right? It's like it's like this for me. The story shifts and like the storyline shifts because I want to incorporate new stuff, or I want to like take stuff out, or like what I want to talk about. I'll have to incorporate that, but then I also have to like think about the character's perspective and also the whole world building aspect of it as well. So it's just like you want to incorporate so much stuff, but you also have to make it so that it's presentable for the publisher to be like, oh, I want to read this, I want to like publish this book, that sort of thing. So it's just like lots of thinking. Honestly, I think most writers would agree with this. You have more fun imagining the story you want to write than actually writing the story, which is the stage I'm at right now. But hey, it's a work in progress. I have theoretically another 56.6 years before I die, so I got time.
That's very specific.
Yeah, you're shortchanging yourself a little bit.
No, it's the art.
The life of an author is so stressful.
No,
kills you in 50 years.
That's the current average lifespan in the United States.
Oh,
wait, no. So in that case, it'd be 53.6. Yeah, it's like 76.6.
Romance novel writers live another 10 years on that. That's a fact.
I'm pretty sure writers are the ones that die early. That and like musicians. Because
Edgar doesn't die eally.
What?
Love.
I'm pretty sure that's the one thing.
You wrote romance novels.
I'm pretty sure that's the one thing that dies early. Love. Like there's always that heartbreak. Like in the love triangle, there's always that one guy or girl or person that just sort of gets shortchanged in the end of the story.
Not in the Life of Pi. Not in the Life of Pi.
Have you even read Life of Pi?
The whole time. The tiger and the guy are inseparable by the end of the movie. I've never read the book. I've seen the movie.
Yeah, because they're trapped in the ocean on a tiny dinghy together.
Yeah. Are you sure
that's for our viewers?
If I remember correctly, in the movie, the tiger leaves the guy.
Well, but there's a mutual understanding. There's a mutual.
Yeah,
respect.
but your statement is therefore false because they are not inseparable. They're in fact very separable if you think about it.
Well, but it's a mutual love. It's a mutual love. That's all I'll say.
If you love something, set it free.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I can't believe we're talking about my love life right here in this in a metaphorical sense. It's crazy.
We're not.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We're talking about the Life of Pi.
Oh man,
I'm trying to make everything about you.
No, it's not. You're the one that started me off first.
we gotta get back on track. Pat, 5-year plan. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, financial stability sounds nice because over the past year, not having that has just been, well, I could see why the average is 50 years of living if people aren't financially stable. It's so stressful. But other than that, I'd like to, be established somewhere. I like where I am, but as of right now, I have no friends. I don't know anybody here. So I'd like to be somewhere where I can, know people around town. I can have a group where I can hang out with them, do stuff like that. I'm a very basic kind of guy. As much as, starting work and everything is, the dream of a college person at this point. Personally, I'd much rather keep my friendships and my ties and everything and make more bonds like that rather than, have a nice, fancy, expensive job kind of thing. Because I'm more of a people person. I want to help. I don't want to have to rely on, sacrificing that to make a little extra money.
Yeah.
kind of thing. So my 5-year plan, I'm just trying to be happy, trying to see myself in a good place where I'm 100% like good with every aspect of my life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Changing it up a little bit. I know we when we discussed this before, it was like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this, but I'm gonna take a more holistic approach to this. I
Yeah.
just want happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I want harmony.
Yeah.
Right on.
And then ideally I want to I know I said be a comedian would be one of them,
Uh-huh.
despite my inability to talk in front of large crowds and my overall fear of human beings as a whole. And besides that, a little business venture that I got into a little bit, but I'm not gonna get too far into it as it's still under wraps. Still under wraps.
Yeah. That's not what you said.
So-
Episode 5, 1.0.
Well, I know, but now it gave me time to think. Do I really want to divulge my secrets to 8+ people?
Yeah. That's true. Well, currently, it's
Gotta-
3 with the last episode.
Currently, oh, good. How about that?
Yeah.
So all 3 of you, stay tuned for when I'm rich and famous and
Definitely.
solve the world's problems.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's all I got for my my 5-year plan. Mike, how are you doing 5 years from now?
5 years from now. Well, I'll share this story. A couple years ago, I interviewed for a trucking tax company. One of my buddies, he said, "Oh, dude, I totally get you a job here." He was like, "I get you an interview." So he actually did get me an interview. And so I went in for this interview, and it was probably the worst interview I'll ever do in my life. It was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. I did not show up with my resume at all. I walked in, and the first question she said was, "Where's your resume?" And I said, "I don't have it." And she said, "Okay." And then she asked me, "What is your 5-year plan?" And to which I proceeded to answer, "I got nothing. I'm taking it one day at a time. Could be here in 3 months, could be there in 3 months. I don't really know. I'm not thinking in years." It said something to that effect. And that's when I didn't get the job. That's right there when I didn't get the job. But I say that story to say, if you ask me, like you are asking me now, what my 5-year plan is, I would still say I have nothing. I don't really know. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy working for the Navigators. I enjoy working in college ministry. It's fun. It's different. My days don't look the same. And I really enjoy that aspect of the job. And I get to go places like Ecuador. And a couple years ago, I went to Germany, and I love that stuff. I love being able to just do stuff that is different, not the same. And so, yeah, I'll be here next year, back in Laramie, one more year. Signed up for a 7th year. Believe me, if you know anything about Laramie, Wyoming, you know that 7 years is an eternity. You're really here for the long haul. You start saying stuff like, "I'm going to the locals only places,"
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I said that so with no energy. But yeah, so I'll be here for the next year. But then, like, after that, I do have a degree in HR management, and the Navigators have their headquarters in Colorado Springs, and they're looking for HR people. So potentially moving there and working in HR in that way. And my dream would be to, yeah, like both of you, like a pretty like good job somewhere I feel like I'm moving and I can grow in, that I'm moving along in stages of life. And where that would be, I don't know. I have this wild dream to live in New York City someday, and just like be like a businessman in New York. What are you gonna say, Luke?
Oh no, it's just nothing.
Gosh, dude, I just think you're sick. You're sick, Luke.
What?
Oh,
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, but I look into your eyes, I know exactly what you're thinking. This is a kid-friendly show.
I don't think that we advertise that
At all. I think that's a sarcastic saying. It's a kids friendly show.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think we wear it well.
yeah, we're talking about Pat and short shorts, so
That's true.
Yeah.
If that isn't a mentally scarring enough image.
Mentally scarring for some, hot for others. Anyways.
Oh, watch out, Elizabethtown. Lock up your daughters.
is that the name of where you live? Is that where you live?
No, it's like 10 minutes away from me.
Oh, so you'd be a postal man there.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think I had a dream to live in New York City. I don't know. I think that's just always been cool. But I also like have a dream of being like somewhere in like the football world, whether that's coaching, scouting, being in the front office, working on the business side of things. Like obviously, I know all three of those things are very different things. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna do this and then I'll just hop into this. But somewhere in that realm would be really cool. That's something I'm really passionate about. Something I love to do. And I think. Yeah, similar like to Pat, like you have this like dream of like helping people and serving people, and I think especially at like a high school level or a college level, shaping young guys like worlds is like pivotal because I think I know for me, and I can't speak for you guys, but I know for me like high school 14, 18, and then even college 18 to 22, I didn't really know what life was or what I wanted to do or anything, and had no really direction and purpose and meaning, and so I think it would be cool to impact guys, especially in like football, where it's like a sport and a game that is so like this is what a man is, tough, physical, violent, whatever, and like I don't think that's at all what it is. And so like being able to like go in there and just bring a different mindset and a different attitude, but also like coach something that I love. And I love the strategy and the almost like the chess match behind it and all that stuff. So now I'm on a soapbox, but that's kind of my vision, my dream, my 5-year plan.
Oh, nice.
So I've got two directions I would love to see myself going.
That's good. It's good to have options.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could work in New York for a football team as a businessman, New York Jets or the New York Giants.
I don't know if I could never work for the Giants. Go Birds, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Super Bowl champs. 52 Super Bowl 52 champs. I don't want to make it the idea. I think that they won the Super Bowl this year.
They definitely won the Super Bowl this year. I don't know what you're 52. Talking about.
Yeah, Mike says they win every year. So
yeah, well, but no, I mean NFL headquarters is in New York City. So, and I've looked at on their website, and they always post jobs, but they're always looking for like not a 24-year-old dude coming out of college ministry in Laramie, Wyoming. They're looking for people that are higher up in the business world. So hey, I'll start and move my way up.
Yeah. Goodell was wasn't he like a mail boy before he and then he worked his way up?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So anything's possible, huh? I can be the next Roger Goodell. Whether that's a good thing.
Making fun of mail boys.
What about mail boys? What's wrong with me? I said Goodell. Star as the mail boy.
I would never disrespect the U.S.
Yeah, I'm not disrespecting the U.S. Postal Service. They do a great job. All right.
Listen, they are the hardest working men out there, and women. Hardest working men and women out there. Rain, snow, wind, sun, hot. They're delivering your mail on time, or within a couple of days of on time.
Somewhere in the ballpark of reasonable.
Yeah.
So, wow. So that wrapped up nice and tidy. That went quicker than we had expected.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. Let's pose this question then. If take not the direction you're going in, like now, and maybe the direction you're going in now aligns this, but if in your ideal world, what would 5 years look like? Like if you could add all the money, resources that just happened, like where would you want to be in 5 years? Like not career. You like do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just the idealized version of yourself in 5 years, basically.
Yeah.
World domination. I'm kidding. Let's see here. probably. I don't know, be like a billionaire or not even a billionaire, a millionaire by that point would be nice. And then you could like do what you want to do without having to work or worry about your finances. Like you have basically the opportunity to do whatever you want, essentially. You know, right? Because like for a lot of people, they work for the sake of making money. And if you have that financial stability, then you're like, oh, wait, then I could just do whatever I want and whatever I love because I don't need to worry about money, essentially. Like that paycheck is just another thing that's added on to my accumulated wealth, you know?
That's fair. But let me ask you this question, okay?
Yeah.
Let's not go the money route. Like, what would you
Okay.
just be doing? Not worried about pay, not worried about anything like that. Just like what would be the dream for you?
I don't know, man.
Are we still live? There. Okay.
Yeah,
there it is.
no, I am. I'm just because it's like
I can take the reins if you want me to.
no. It's
Yeah,
because it's okay. Go for it, Pat.
Okay, so if money was not a problem, I would get a nice little house on a lake, and I would just, have an open door policy. All my friends, all my family can come and go whenever they want. Since obviously I'd have a guest house, so I don't need to talk to them if I don't want to. And yeah, just somewhere where I can do all of my favorite summer activities, do all my winter activities, and I could just, be on a lake because that's honestly where I want to be.
Right on.
Oh, I'd want to
Okay,
be.
Luke, you had time to think about it. What's your thoughts?
I'd want to be close around friends, and I like have a. It's sort of like Pat, but sort of not like Pat. Like to have like a big old plot of land where I could just basically create like Luke land. Like create basically all the stuff I want to do.
Like Disney World, but
Disney World, but for Luke. Yeah. Like I have
That kind of sounds like one of those movies, where the people are all invited, but then the rich people are just shooting them for sport.
Are you talking about Purge? Or
Probably.
well, Purge is the global.
Pat, you're thinking of the movie with the tiger on the boat.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course. that scene in Life of Pi where they hunt humans for sport.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, are you talking about Hunger Games? That too, that could be an option. But like,
Anything like that. Like
Yeah.
if I hear Luke Land and I know you're behind it, I'm gonna think there's some shady stuff, and I'm
Why
should fear for my
shady
life.
stuff?
I don't know. It just feels like if it's a whole land dedicated to you, there's gonna be some twists and turns that I'm not ready for.
Well, it wouldn't be life threatening if I include twist turns. Like I wouldn't like maim or hardly kill you, maybe psychologically damage you, but like besides that, it wouldn't be anything
well,
like that.
That still sounds kind of horrible.
So one man's heart is another man's entertainment. Yeah.
I don't know if that's how that saying goes.
I'm pretty sure that's how that saying goes. I have trademarked that saying 2022 right here, right now.
Luke Land. I can see it on the sign now.
Yeah, no, it's
one
like
man's
there.
torture is another man's pleasure.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, or entertainment. Yeah. But yeah, no, I have like I have like it basically like a house where I could, or like you Pat said, like I can invite everyone, and also it's just a place to call home where I have all the stuff I could do, like play video games, write, and all that stuff. But also like I'd want to go traveling everywhere. There's like a lot of places I want to visit, revisit like Korea, maybe visit Italy again for a little bit, not just be there for like a day. Yeah, just like traveling a lot, because like you realize when you travel, it's like, oh man, this person has their own issues, their own problems, but they don't know who I am, and it's like you really gain some of that empathy when you travel, and you like just go to a different place and realize there's a completely different culture out there that's not American, or that's not Asian American, or things like that, which is always important to have. You realize that we're all just human, and we just want to mess around and have a good life. Yeah.
We all just want to go to Luke Land.
Luke Land right here, right now, 2022. Confirmed.
It's gonna be hard to get the rights to Life of Pi to make like a Life of Pi ride.
Yeah. Life of
See
Pi
the
is the center
tiger.
point of Luke Land.
It's where you just send people out one at a time into the ocean on a boat with a tiger.
Wow. Yeah, and then me and all the rich people will just like place bets on like who's gonna survive longer, the tiger or the person.
See, I told you. I told you this is what was going on behind the scenes.
I don't know what you're
I knew
talking.
it. Smell it a mile away.
Yeah, because it's a tiger eating the person, or the person eating the tiger. You never know. You know, that's the smell of blood. This got so dark.
Yeah. Anyway, ideal future for Mike.
Yeah, Mike, what's your ideal future?
I do like.
Is
I
also
definitely
like
like to be. Well,
I didn't expect this episode to be so Life of Pi centered.
I do desire to be near the coast. I do desire to be, East Coast, West Coast. I don't really care too much. I think East Coast just because that's where I grew up. You know, obviously in Jersey, and I like the East Coast. I know that's not a popular opinion by most. You know, but I do like it. And so I don't know, like somewhere in like North Carolina would be kind of cool, or like Virginia, or or even Jersey wouldn't be too bad. It's just really expensive. But money's not an issue. So anywhere on the East Coast, I think would be cool to live. And I think, honestly, like football would be like if I was like the head coach of a team or something, even just like a high school team. I don't really care about the money at all. Like just coaching like a high school team would be a lot of fun. Just I think it would be cool. So I don't know. It's a simple but enjoyable dream for me.
Yeah. No tigers.
We're all, I was about to say, we're all just simple people lost on the ocean with a tiger.
With the tiger.
How did they get on the boat with the tiger? I don't remember how they got.
Well,
in
the ship sunk where they're on, and there was also a tiger on the ship.
I feel like there needs to be more context.
Well, no. So the Pai's family was traveling on a boat to like somewhere else. They're basically immigrants, and then the ship got stuck in the storm and sunk. And so basically they're like basically the kid was able to get on the life raft with like I think a monkey, like a couple other animals, and a tiger. And it's like it's supposed to be a metaphor for like actual survivors. Like they were like human survivors, but like the animals were just basically like the metaphor for those survivors, essentially.
Of like of what it takes like to journey somewhere new.
No, it's like his experiences, but I'm gonna replace. Like he basically Lion King'd it. Well, yeah, Lion King'd it, where the people became the animals, and the story that he told was the animal story and not the people story.
Is this kind of like the movie Gus, where the donkey kicks 100-yard field goals?
No, I think we have to rewatch Life of Pi, guys, or read the book. Reading is great, guys.
So, as a self-proclaimed author, when you were sitting through English class and they were like, "Oh, did you see all this symbolism in this book?" Is that true? Because there's no way you sit down and write a book and you're like, "Oh, I want this to reflect this, and this does this, and all this stuff."
So it depends.
By the time you're done writing one book, you'd just be ready to jump off of a building, probably.
Well, so it depends on the author. And like the time it was written, I want to say, because like there are symbolism that exists where like, oh, the author intended this symbolism to occur, or like subconsciously wrote this to be to symbolize something else, right? And like that's a great thing about writing, is that the author may intend something, but the reader will they'll basically interpret it as something else, or maybe the same thing. You don't know. It's different dependent on the reader. Like some symbolism could be like straight up in your face. For example, one of the books I was reading, I have it here somewhere. The Poppy. No, the Poppy War. No, Thomas Jefferson does not really. Does he utilize symbolism? Not much. But the Poppy War, it's a recent book, and it's basically it's fantasy China versus Japan world, basically World War II. And if you don't know, the Japanese basically invaded China and committed a lot of atrocities there. And so that symbolism is very up in your face, right? While, for example, the story, like, you guys remember the Edgar Allan Poe story, The Raven, or like the guy underneath the cupboard, or like the thing, like that symbolism is like paranoia and things like that, or like it's supposed to creep you out, like symbolism. I'm using the term symbolism loosely here, but it could be intended or unintended, and it's up to the reader to catch it, So, or it could just be just to tell a really fandangled, cool story.
Fandango. It's full circle.
I know, right?
Scale or is it a movie company? I don't know.
No, the scale company is less something, I forget, but my eyes are pretty bad. But yeah, long story short, Life of Pi is a good movie.
That's all we've been trying to say the whole time.
Okay, well, in the spirit of thinking 5 years ahead, for the music of the week, we were thinking we'd do 5 years in reverse. So, Power, what were you jamming to 5 years ago? I think 2017.
Yeah, so 2017, we worked together, we hung out, probably too much, and your love for Chris Stapleton rubbed off on me, and he just put out an album that I don't know what time of year it was, but he put out an album, and the song "Without Your Love," I think it's Songs from a Room Volume 2. I could be wrong, but I just, every time I hear that song, I just think about 2017, going to see the concert with a bunch of work friends, and just, it was a good time. It was a good time.
That was a
Brings
good
me
time.
back.
We did not spend too much time together that summer at all.
No, we carpooled all the time, and then we hung out after work like constantly.
Yeah.
I'd argue that we hung out too much, but whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luke, what were you jamming to 5 years ago?
I gotta say, "Shape of You," Ed Sheeran. That song.
You're an Ed Sheeran fan.
Yeah, I really am. I really love his songs. They're really good.
Right on.
Yeah. Just jamming to that, being like, my inner romantic before my heart gets broken like 30 times in the future. But it's still a good song.
I actually have a memory with that song. So I hung out with my girlfriend for the first time before we started dating, and I met all her family and everything, and her cousin was playing that song, and her grandfather came outside, and he was listening to it, and he just goes, "I'm in love with your body." And we were all just staring at him like, what? And he just kept repeating it, and then turned around and walked back inside, still saying it. So now every time I hear Ed Sheeran, I just think of my girlfriend's grandfather going, "I'm in love with your body," and I can never hear it again.
Maybe he didn't get the symbolism behind the song, where it's like, "Oh, I'm in love with your body," where the symbolism is, "I'm in love with your body."
Very, very hard to comprehend, really.
Yeah.
They hide that one very well.
Oh yeah. Ed Sheeran, man, I love. Good songwriter. Yeah. Anyways, Mike.
It's 2017. I do love Chris Stapleton. That's a great pick. But at the time, Zach Brown Band, I would have to say Zach Brown Band was my favorite artist all through high school and then into college. And I don't remember how old I was in 2017, but that time I really liked Zach Brown Band. So I can't pick you one of their songs. They're all great. But yeah, that's what I was listening to.
Boo, name a song.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't abandon the segment that you came up with.
Yeah.
I mean,
go down the ship. Another Life of Pi reference.
Keep Me in Mind was good. No Hurry is good. Gosh, what's the Sweet Annie's good. There's another one that's really, really good, and I can't think of it. But I mean, all of those are great. I mean, also the hits too. Like, I mean, everybody knows Chicken Fried, everybody knows Toes, but I mean, I loved those. And they didn't come out in 2017, but man, that's what I was listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Well, I answered your question.
Yeah,
Yep.
but you didn't come up with something from
jump right
5
in.
years ago.
Jump Right In is good.
What are you doing?
Knee Deep with Jimmy Buffett. I mean, that one's great too. What?
You're gonna run out of songs to say
Yeah.
on other episodes.
I mean, those are all Zach Brown Band songs.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, it's
Okay.
just you're gonna run out of songs now to say for the segment.
I'm not gonna run out of songs. I'm gonna, because I'm not like I have other people I'm listening to now.
Likely story.
You got me. Actually, I have been listening to a guy that the opener for the Zach Brown Band concert I went to. This guy named Drake White, and he just released a new album. And I've actually been listening to that. So, full circle, huh?
Yep, for sure.
I'm feeling we're just trying to think of a tidy way to wrap this up.
There's no good way to wrap this up. I think
if you made it this far, you have a strong stomach.
You really like Life of Pi.
Apparently. So let's just put our things back up and say thanks again for listening to Three Old Friends podcast.
Yep.
And let's try something new. How about you respond to us, social media, where you see yourself in 5 years, and we'll get back to you on that. See what you all say. If you don't say anything, we'll be sad.
All right.
Yeah.
Lift up the books. Pat, Mike's been holding it up for like 30 seconds.
Okay, they're back up.